Hello, this is Longest Day, and we're looking at GT versus Pitt 2014, and we're in the third quarter. We're going to be going through this first series, and I think there's a lot to look at here. Go ahead and start the traditional defense we're used to seeing. You can see people are playing well off, the wide receivers right here. We'll go ahead and start the play, and it's a dive play. And one thing to notice on this dive, normally what happens is this defensive end gets pushed out, and this A-back is able to kind of get in the seam and keep him from pushing in, but that's not the case. He does a great job of getting inside. Second thing is we got this defensive tackle over here is breaking on the inside pretty hard, and he's able to get around. Shaq right here is just pancaking his guy, but he's able to get around, and they end up basically trapping days between the two of them. But we end up making almost 3 yards, so we're still almost on schedule, so not too bad. All right, so this next play is going to be similar to a play we saw earlier. In the earlier play, in this lead option, what ends up happening is this outside linebacker stepped on the line, so he's actually a little farther forward, and we also have this defensive end a little farther forward, and JT kind of encounters him a little earlier than I think he's expecting, and it kind of throws him off, so he tries to cut up through the center, but it's closed off, and he ends up trying to go around the backside, and it's also closed off. Well, in this lead option play is what I call it. We have this A-back leading the charge right there. Everything works out a lot better. One is the defensive ends on the inside, and this pulling guard ends up, making his block. We're able to at least slow down this Mike linebacker right here with this A-back. We don't take him to the ground, but we definitely slow him down. And one of the great things about Chance, when we do slow him down, we actually turn him to the inside, so he's turned facing in, so that keeps him from going to the outside. We have this pitch read right here. So he comes up, take the quarterback, and it's a pitch. We have a block going on right here. We're able to block him, and we end up making the first down. So that's really good right there. So 1st and 10, going to do it again. You can see that we're playing a tight formation. Both wide receivers are in. Go ahead and start the play. And go ahead and look at these blocks to see what's going on. We're engaged right here pretty good. We're getting off the ball. We're going to engage him. The center gets off the ball, engages his guy. So we have everybody being engaged. We have Days right here who now has the ball and is going to cut up the seam on the outside right here. Does a great job of doing that, and we end up making another 10 yards. So not bad. Everybody's getting up. And really, the offensive line this year has been tremendous. I hope they can bring it on Saturday. Next play, you can see we're set up. He's stepping up, and I think one of the reasons why people play a little further off the ball is when you're this close and you take a step forward like this right here on this counter option. See the counter option? You are out of the play going back on the backside because you have all this trash to get around. So both these guys take a step up, and see, you're kind of on the wrong side of the play. If you play 2 yards back and you take a step up because you think it's going to be basically something up the middle, you're not out of the play because you end up being right here. You can still go left or right, but you're not blocked by all the trash in the center. So these two guys are kind of out of the play. So what's supposed to happen, I believe, is this guy is probably supposed to be the pitch man, and he kind of attacks our blocker and kind of slows him down. I do believe he's supposed to block this, and he's supposed to be the pitch man, which he would have went to the outside, and that would have left a seam for JT. The second thing that happens is, we're not able to block him perfectly, and not being able to block him perfectly, he does a great job of getting off the block and basically closing down the play. See, you can see right here, the A-back's trying to get to the guy that he's supposed to block. So we didn't make a lot of yards right there, so we're going to keep on going. You can see the tight formation right here. Last time we ran that dive, and you'll see this time we'll run the dive to this side. And again, we do a great job right there. You see what happened right there? We get this A-back on the inside, which does good. We're not quite able to block this guy right here. We're beating him off the snap. We're definitely getting off the snap, but we're just not quite able to do that, and he ends up basically making the tackle right there. And you can see again, the B-back's supposed to go off the leverage of this guard right here, and the guard's leverage is this way, so he's going on this side of the guard. So we're at third down right here. You remember this next throw is the one where it was a trap right here that you didn't know if the ground trapped it or if he caught it. I've watched it several times. If I had to bet my life on it, I think maybe the ground got it, right there. But if you look on the next frame, see if I can't show it. I can see his hand. From right there, I can't see his hand. I don't know if it's hit the ground right there. You can't tell. It kind of looks like it, but you also don't know if the nose of the ball is hitting into his hand where it bounces up. So we end up getting a reception, which is good because the next play is one of my favorite plays of the game, and I think the A-backs did a great job. Snotty did a terrific job on this play, and it actually shows one of the pet peeves that I have. So, well, it doesn't show it. It shows that they don't do it. Last year or in the past years, what we've seen a lot with some of the ABs is they would get the ball and get to the outside. They would slow down and get ready for the hit, or they would do a juke where they fake left, fake right, and while they're faking both ways, they slow themselves down and they end up getting a hit on them because the guy can square up. Now, I can tell you this year, I haven't seen it a whole lot. Really, these guys get out there, they make a decision, they make a cut, and they go. They don't slow down as much, or if they do slow down, they're changing directions immediately, which makes it a lot harder for the defender to get to them. And I think this shows it right here. So we are getting a good seal right here. Of course, right here we got a great seal going on the edge. Seals the edge. We have our guys getting downfield. You might wonder about these guys. They're definitely trip hazards. But watch Shaq. Shaq gets right back up, and if you'll see a little later, he is going to be at the end zone, ready to block again. So we got an A-back block going on right here. It does a great job. We got continued blocking downfield, and then we have this thing right here that I want to show you right here. Watch this gentleman right here. He's going to plant his foot in the ground and cut. So he's not getting ready for a hit. He's changing directions. There's a big difference from slowing down to change directions and making a cut. And he plants that foot and gets to the inside and makes that guy miss. And his field vision right here, he's seen he has to turn up field, and he is. And he's applying the gas. He's not preparing for a hit. He's going to make it to the end zone, and that's what we like to see. And watch this right here. We have another good block right here, and that keeps this guy from possibly helping with the tackle. Without this, we would not have seen this spin move, which is probably my second favorite move of the game. And then lastly, right here, this block right here is key. He doesn't stop this blocker, but he keeps this blocker from. He doesn't stop this defender right here, but he stops this defender. And why do I think that's important? Well, watch. This guy is dragging him. So he's slowing him down right here. And perhaps if this other defender was there, they could have stopped him from making a touchdown. But with that block, it's not going to happen. Now this guy stops. Maybe he sees it coming. Maybe he feels it's inevitable. This is still only a 2-score game. But if you look right here, he's just walking. And he's not trying to get in there to do anything, but not good. Also, when this guy's tackling, he's not driving through, and these nice high steps keep the A-back from tripping and falling, and makes a touchdown. So I'm really proud of this play all the way back. And again, this is my favorite move of the game right here. He plants his foot and cuts. There's no juke left and right. It's just a decision to go in a different direction, and he goes all out. Well, I hope you enjoyed this series, and I look forward to your comments below.